You might currently have no contact at all with your loved one, or just a little contact, and yet you don't learn anything, but you would like to know what's going on with him currently. What is his top issue or her top issue? We are in the collective. Person cards are gender neutral. Yes, and now let's take a look at what the current top issue is with your loved one. If you are single and currently don't have anyone in your heart where you think, I could imagine something, then it might also be that you meet someone and then maybe through a conversation, something might come up where you think, wait a minute, I saw that in my reading, that these are now his issues, which you might also learn about later on. But now let's take a look at your loved one, your counterpart. What is the current top topic? And of course, we are focusing on your direction in terms of energy. I tap into the energy and naturally want to know what is affecting him, whether you are still on his mind. What exactly is happening in your direction? So from the energy, I tap into the energy of your loved one. What is going on there? Top topic. Also in relation, to you, what exactly is happening? And now let's take a look at that. A very, very warm, loving hello to all of you. A heartfelt, loving embrace from me. Thank you for being there, and thank you for your wonderful, lovely comments again. It is so wonderful. Collective reading, it can't apply to everyone, but there might be one or another part for you where you say, yes, I need that puzzle piece for myself, for my personal situation. And then you pick that out and you all do it so wonderfully. So let's take a look. What is the top topic with your loved one? What's going on there? It's starting off really well. We have the star. So we already have something positive. So it's starting off really well. And it's about confidence here. Yes, maybe even this enlightenment. So we have a really positive card here. And it's like he might be a bit caught up in it right now. We have this kind of in-between thing here, maybe a bit depressive, where he also is tired, this confusion. But from that, I would say, do we have a bit of movement here towards this enlightenment, to go into this positivity, into confidence? Because there is also emotion involved. Emotion is also being shown. And at this point, this is a main topic. Emotion, feeling. And we look into that. Maybe it's also about missing someone. We check it out. So then we have 5 cups. Find cups. Yes, that fits quite well with the star, which I mentioned earlier. This confusion, a bit, yes. This heavy mood, also this burden. And that is also shown with the 5 of cups. Because here it goes into disappointment. The disappointment, and he or she also regrets something here. So there, he is currently in a process where he is actually failing at something, but we will check what it is. But despite everything, even if it is a painful process right now, we will see what exactly is revealed with this process. Because there is definitely something that the positive, yes, also shows again this enlightenment I mentioned earlier, this confidence. And with this sadness, maybe a mistake was made. Maybe he is also aware of what has happened here. But beautifully, there is also a new beginning to be seen here. Painful process, also a new beginning. And again, something positive. But it's also about forgiveness here. Maybe it has to do with you, with forgiveness, or with oneself. Let's see. So now we have the 8 of coins. 8 of coins. Something slowly building up there. There is this problem, this process that we saw earlier, this problem that your loved one has here is something also resolving step by step. Because here is the beginning, but for him or her, it's also about a relationship in general. But we are also here in the energy area towards you. A bit of ambition has really grabbed him again. He's still struggling a bit here, but what is currently his top priority I think we already have a wonderful beginning. The process has started. Something is happening here, the breakthrough. Is there? I would be interested in these emotions here as well. But clarity is assured for you. So, okay, I have my loved ones here, quite small, currently lying low, withdrawn. If he perhaps always showed this explosive big back and forth outwardly, I currently have him lying there. It's actually this somewhat withdrawn state. I have him lying there thoughtfully, especially this withdrawn state, because I can clearly see it in him. That's nice. Yes, I find it fantastic what's being shown here already in the first row. With him, I have this pain, this one. He no longer really knows what or whom to truly believe. Out there, on the surface, what exactly is there? Because he's thinking about it, because something is here, deception. Something went wrong here. And it could also be that the dishonesty is directed towards you, which is what concerns him here. And that is currently his issue. If your loved one is currently withdrawn as far as communication is concerned, or if you are in communication and you notice, but somehow he's a bit closed off, something the guy isn't saying, then just leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. You will definitely get clarity here because it definitely has to do with you. With your loved one, what I see as a top issue is definitely this in between, this decision, love, because something has really happened here again. Something has really developed. And currently, a top issue where he is feeling really miserable has to do with connections, with relationships. I find it fantastic because we have already seen it here earlier. And that is his issue. He becomes aware that he let himself be deceived, that he was disappointed himself, and is actually completely stuck in this struggle. This sorrow, the thoughts, this feeling of being small, this restlessness, the inner turmoil, the insecurity, this instability, and it actually hurts him. I truly see the heartache lying with your loved one. Success, it progresses in small steps here. We have step by step the solution, yes. But I see small steps. And it is also so your loved one becomes aware. We have here on the level of consciousness that he was repeatedly belittled, that things were happening behind his back, that he was not appreciated, that simply a false game from the outside was repeatedly played. This is currently his issue. By the way, I also have his current issue, quite significant financial issues. So it doesn't mean that he is starving or anything. Then our dear person, I just have problems here because one thing or another is really coming in like a muscle spasm, which pulls the ground out from under his feet. Because I have a very big financial issue, especially concerning your dear person. It could also be that there is currently a professional change happening with your dear person. And there I have problems, I have trouble, I have stress factors. It could also be that he is currently on sick leave or taking a break. But I really see the change. I see this heaviness. I see this great burden on his heart. So I definitely don't see him in a state of ease, not at all. He is really not doing well. And he is truly in a process that is more difficult for him, no matter what he shows you on the outside or what you perceive. And the process is also about this emotional aspect, which we saw earlier being shown again here, because there is also this heaviness as he is really coming into this like an awakening. This, especially this realization, hey, I also have a heart. There are still feelings there. Wow. And love, that exists too. Where he might have always been cool, pushed it away, could flip the switch. Wrong reaction in communication, maybe even abruptly breaking up with you, withdrawing from you. Or this cold shoulder. No, I don't want anything more there. Or also, I just want an F plus here, nothing more. That was all completely a lie. That I myself pretended something, and we have this realization here that this house of cards that he also built can no longer hold. It completely collapses here. Because with him, I have this softness, this warmth that was always covered up, pushed away from him. Even if you have contact now, as I said, we have this process here. With you, I also see that if you have contact now, if you don't have contact, it might also be that you get into this feeling, yes, wait a minute, somehow he's a bit different towards me. Maybe fit warmer too. And you tell yourself, I don't trust it. Something doesn't fit here. Something's not right. Who knows what's going on here again? What's coming next? Please put that aside for yourself. In this reading, well, we are in the collective, but in this reading, I have, if you think that this fear, this apprehension, okay, here comes another blow, or a kick to the heart, like a stab to the heart. It's just how wrong it is, because then there's immediately a retreat again. Retreat can happen just a little bit, but it has nothing to do with him wanting to end everything with you again. With the person close to your heart, it's simply that he shows you his true face, the inner workings of his mind, this softness, this warmth, this affection. As I said, with him, I currently really have chaos, inner chaos, especially completely internal. He is like torn apart. I have him totally confused. Here too, lying and completely enveloped, actually by fears. Nothing works anymore. Nothing functions there either. Maybe something small very briefly, and then the next thing comes again. And the next thing is then larger in multiple forms. Does it really press him there? Also, always back down again. So I have really inhibited him from his determination, just lying there. Where I haven't inhibited him is in accepting, as far as love is concerned. The affection, the confidence, especially this heart-touching, that is a very big point. And there is also that the decision is made for him, the decision where he comes, who has always seen this stress factor, love, relationship, and so on. Maybe he also knew or knows that there are more feelings from you, and maybe he could never really reciprocate them, which is perhaps why he always retreated, because he couldn't respond to it. Whenever there was something related to feelings, that you revealed your feelings to him, or he noticed, wow, this is so soft, this is such warmth, this security, he couldn't do anything with it, and perhaps retreated again. But that's because, as I said, he always wanted to keep his house of cards stable here. But it completely collapses here, because for him, the decision is made very straightforwardly. And that is the decision for love, for the heart. He comes into this warmth on the emotional level, makes contact with it. He is connected with you here with his heart, because you are very dear to his heart. And feelings that have always been pushed away from his side are now deepening more and more. Sure, we still have a little bit of a delay. We don't have a standstill here. We have a delay in this lying, where it simply shifts down from fourth gear to first or second gear, for the reason that he is sorting things out again, because this is really a major change for him. And there, his current main topic is love, allowing love, being able to let oneself go. And there, as I said, a lot is going on in his thoughts, in this inner restlessness, because what is coming from the outside right now doesn't fit at all anymore. So nothing is as it once was. We have a complete change happening with him. And we have movement. As I said, we don't have it straight. Here, a complete line without a construction site or a traffic jam or something like that. A little something is coming, but is everything completely in communication for me? So the communication is not broken off. He with himself, especially the communication with his heart, I have a lot of activity there. Lie, that it allows the connection, this deep love, the deep affection, the harmony, the longing now for you, for the security. We have complete longing here. And change within him. Clearly, it doesn't get any clearer. Let's see what else we get here. Yes, and no matter which person this is about, I find it absolutely, as an additional top here, no matter what this is about, relationships, connections with other people are completely cut here. We also have a very clear change here. So even if you think, well, wait a minute, there's still someone, and she still kind of connects with him a little, she clearly has the cut here as well. He or she leaves it completely behind. It will be ended whether in a relationship or with people who have repeatedly exploited him. Yes, where he had a wrong perspective. Maybe all these years, no matter how long. And he comes to this realization, he makes a complete cut, a final break, and there's no going back. So even if the person tries to reconnect or anything else, no matter how or what, he completely turns his back on it because he is truly following his heart now. And that is definitely you, for sure. So let's see what else we get here. So, 10 of Swords. We already have quite a lot of movement here. I find that very, very good. There is a sudden end. Sudden end. As I said, there's no going back. He ends it. He doesn't go back there anymore. We have a lot of movement, a lot of activity in this area. And is this consequence, this final line, a consistent final line, is drawn with the old, not with you, with the fact that he always withdrew into his house of cards or shell and perhaps was never honest, narrow-minded, stubborn, however non-communicative. But I say here very importantly, that is what all of that once was. People who influence him, who always have him by the hand like a puppet, also something he never saw, never wanted to acknowledge. That will be rigorously ended. So a consistent final line and breaking off relationships quite clearly. This chapter will be definitively closed because there is truly betrayal involved here as well. And he will seize this opportunity, the opportunity for love, because he now wants satisfaction as he is not at all satisfied with his situation here. So now we have the Eight of Cups. Yes. He is disappointed with what he has also realized, disappointed but with himself, as we saw earlier. We have again the disappointment with himself for not having realized what is really going on here. And there is truly the heart, this burden on the heart that we also see. That's what keeps affecting him. And he knows, however, that this is simply the blockage he has. And this blockage will also be resolved because here it really moves into lightness. Lightness as also pertains to love. And above all, this searching, this powerlessness that is shown. But you are, yes, this heart, the love for you gives him strength again and again. Above all, what I find beautiful now is the confidence that comes with it. And here, vitality also comes into play. And this searching. He is moving more and more towards it because the decision, as I mentioned earlier, has been made. And the search also comes to an end because he knows exactly where he wants to go. And that is truly following his heart. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderful, beautiful day. Goodbye.